This is Chris Bruynis with Farming in Ohio with a short about strategic risk management planning. And we talk about this in grain marketing specifically. We want to determine the financial health of the farm business, and that's where we always need to start. And then we need to think about the risk preference of the individual. Do I love risk? Do I avoid risk? And then once we get that figured out, we can talk about what are those goals that we want to have in terms of risk management. And as we go around the wheel, we get to some intentional decision making. We want to identify what those are, what's the probability of each event happening. Are we going to have a drought? Are we going to have plenty of water? Are we going to have a wet spring, wet fall, or dry summer? All of those things can happen, and they all have probabilities tied to them. And then we want to consider the options. And at the bottom of this wheel, we need to take action. We're going to make a decision. We can't just say we need another piece of information. We need to be able to take action. But then when we make a decision in our risk management planning, we need to have some flexibility because, what if always has to be talked about. And what if that doesn't happen or this does happen? Does that change our plan? So we need to have that flexibility. And then once the plan has been executed, we want to come back and we want to evaluate that plan. Did it work this year? Have we followed a similar plan for the last 10 years? Did it work more than not? Is it a good plan? And then we start all over again thinking strategically about how do we market this grain? And then if we go to the bullets down the other side, there's some things there we need to think about. We need to be decisive. We can't not be decisive when it comes to grain marketing. I heard somebody tell me one time, let your spouse market the grain. They're not as married to it as you are. They're married to you, not the grain. And so again, they'll be more decisive. Past outcomes is going to influence our decisions, how much stress we can handle, what's our philosophy, going back to another slide I had earlier. Am I a risk lover or risk avoidance? And then we want to talk about perceived risk, and then what is our financial capacity of our farm business. So a lot to think about, but really thinking about strategically, how do we market grain? I think this is a good place to start. Again, Chris Bruynis, Farming in Ohio.